And welcome back, everybody, to the Durp Show podcast. I am your host, Big Ern. This is episode number 24. Before we get started, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ezb14, and make sure you check out the website ezb14.com. And today's guests, we have Aldie.
Hey, what's up, dude?
And we got the one, the only, Mr. Ellio.
All those 5 beers in.
Little backstory, guys. I got a few people asking me why my podcast show, isn't called The Big Ern Show. And that's because it was never supposed to be just my show by myself, all right? So when this guy moved back home, he was like, I'm down, let's do it, let's record it. But then he got a job. Prior to that, if Aldo would have came up to me and he would have said, hey, Big Ern, I need you to be my best man, I'd be like, boom, done. How much you want on the band? DJ, what are we doing? No questions. After he got the job, if he would have said, hey, Ern, I'm getting married, I'd be like, you know what, I don't know if I can make it. And then he would have been like, I didn't even tell you the date. And then I would have been like, yeah, I probably can't make it though. But then he finally quit. And how long did you last at the job? Like 8 months?
7 months.
7 months, lo and behold. It was making him miserable, which was making me miserable. But now we're in good terms. Anyways, this is the long story short, is that this guest here was supposed to be my permanent co-host, but never came through. Never. Because he was a bit of a douche. What do you have to say about that, Aldo?
I was a douche, and I blame it on my job.
At least he admits it, you know?
Why lie? I was a douche. But to my defense, I fucking hated that job like 4 months into it. So that's why I quit.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about love and hating jobs.
I quit my full-time job. I was working like 50 hours a week, maybe a little more. Good pay, amazing benefits, bonuses left and right. I quit that job for a job that I work anywhere from 0 to 15 hours a week. No benefits, no health insurance, nothing. And to be honest, I'm fucking happy. Like, I'm happy. I'm happy I'm not going to work full time and dealing with just like ignorant people that go into work. But it's something that everyone who works retail, that's something they face. But until they work in the communication side of retail, they haven't experienced retail. And honestly, I could say I'm fucking happy right now. Like, I don't have nothing that I had before, but I have everything that I've wanted, which was free time and just time to spend with my family, who honestly I would go maybe like 5 days without seeing my mom and dad, and I live with them, and now I see them like every day. I mean, it sounds like I'm a loser, but to be honest, I'm fucking happy now. Like, I haven't been this happy since I graduated college.
One time I was walking to class in college. This guy comes up to me with a clipboard and he goes, legalize marijuana? I was like, nah. And I walked away.
Now that you mention that, yeah, I can relate, because on my campus, there wasn't the marijuana thing, but there was people that would say, oh, are you interested in saving the world? Which is people who just want to, like, you know, save the world they just want to be environment friendly. Yeah. And I remember someone said to me, are you interested in saving the world? And then I responded, I was a complete douche. I said, I already do. I recycle. And I walked away.
That was a douche move.
And that was a douche move, and I regret it.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you're a douche, bro. Because for those who don't know, Aldo's been a friend since a long time ago. I'm talking 3rd grade. Not only is he that douche, this is what happened. This is what happened in 3rd grade. No, we were in the same fucking class.
3rd grade?
Yeah. What'd you have?
Kane?
Yeah, Miss Kane, right?
Kane.
Yeah. So this is what happened. 3rd grade, science project, science fair comes.
That wasn't 3rd grade.
That was 3rd
4th
grade. No, that was 3rd grade because in 4th grade I got 1st place. But on 3rd grade I got 3rd place because of your dumbass. Because this is what happened. This is what happened. Yeah, this is what happened.
Was it the can and with the ice?
I don't really remember the project, but it was me, and then my older brother helped me a lot. Anyways, I did my science project, and I was gonna submit it by myself, so everything was done by myself. And then Aldo comes up to me, he's like, "Yeah, I didn't do a science project." He's all sad. I'm like, "Hey Aldo, do you want to just put your name on it? Because you can put your name on the back," and you did, and we won 3rd place. And that's because you were never mentioned on all the progress reports and whatnot.
But now that you mention it, I do remember it. And aside from that, I don't remember. I don't remember why I didn't have a science project. Like I can't remember, but I do remember this. Like you saying that, I remember that.
Like being all sad about it. Like I was like, "Oh, here you go, bro."
It happened like yesterday. Now that you mention it, actually, which is kind of
crazy. You see how much of a nice guy I am, and you call me a douche for being like, "No."
Dude, like I do remember like.
Douche move number 2 comes in 7th grade. I'm still talking to Aldo. I'm like, I'm hella excited. I'm like, "Yo, my family just got a DVD player. We're lit right now." And the first words out of Aldo's mouth was burly. Like, you burly got a DVD player?
That one I don't remember. I remember the 3rd grade one, but I don't remember that one.
What a douche, bro.
You told me that story before.
Douche move number 3.
There's a 3rd one?
Yeah, there's a 3rd one. It's recent. He tells me, "Yo, let's do the podcast." Gets a job. All of a sudden, he doesn't have time for me. Or anything, really. Yeah, but that's douche move number 3. 3 strikes you out, man. I don't know why I still think of you as a friend.
I don't know, dude.
How many times have you flaked? How many times have you told me, "Hey, bro, for real, I just don't want to go"? How many times have you left me hanging?
I've left you hanging plenty of times, actually.
True story. That's a true story. Speaking of books, that's topic number 1. Books. Aldo, what do you have to say about books? Do you read books? Were you a smart AR student? Because I kind of want to say you weren't. You told me once, you know, in Main Street, you told me once that if I watched the Matilda movie, that I can take the AR test and I can pass it.
That's the truth. I did tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could watch the movie and then take the AR test. And that was legit. Because you could watch the Harry Potter movies and take the AR test, but it won't work. But the Matilda one, you could watch the Matilda movie and take the AR test, and you'll fucking pass it 100%.
Who told you that with Chueco?
You get some. Chueco didn't tell me that. That one I figured it out on my own. But Chueco was the legit person that hit up.
By the way, Chueco was a person to go to for fucking AR test. I don't know how the hell he would get him, but somehow he would get him. I don't know if he would really read or I don't know.
So you know,
all right, talk to him.
You could open up any window on your computer, and then you could drag it to where you could hide it. Like it's kind of at the bottom, you know. You could drag it all the way to the bottom. So what he did is he got to the point to where he needs the teacher's password. Then he opened the Microsoft Word document. He opened it and then he dragged it all the way to the bottom to where you can't see it. So then he's like, "Oh, I need the password." So then the teacher went up and she typed it and she hit enter. And then she noticed that, oh, it didn't work. So then she clicked the cursor again on where the password is and she typed it again. So then he lifted up the Word document and the password was right there, dude. That's how he did it. He told me.
It's outside thinking.
Password? Like
He didn't tell me the password, but he told me how he did it.
I wonder like what one of the passwords was for all the teachers back then.
Fuck these kids.
Fucking AR books, man. I hate it.
I failed like English 9 twice and English 10 twice. All because I didn't meet my AR points. All the tests, all like the class, the grammar, I passed it 100%. But the only thing I didn't reach was my AR goal, and that's why I retook it. Which is lame, dude. Like,
I remember my junior and senior year, like more than half of your grade was based on the fucking AR thing. Because I remember they even had like a set time for you to just like catch up. It was like, oh, can we just read today, teacher, so we can catch up on our fucking AR? Yeah, it was down to that point. And I remember even Ratty having a couple days where she wouldn't give nothing and she would just live. Like the last week of like each semester, they would mostly all the days were just read AR books so you can catch up. That was crazy.
That was stupid, dude. Like, I fucking hated that shit. Because I didn't pass a class because I didn't read enough books. Like, come on.
But
I got the grammar down, but
you knew the material.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's stupid. Like, it really is. Like, you know the material. You know what the fuck the compound sentences, all that other shit. But just because you don't read, although you know how to read, but you need a certain amount of points, it's stupid. Like I'm pretty sure that to this day doesn't exist.
It's stupid because you have to read a book and then answer questions like who was the main character, who was the antagonist, who was the protagonist, and because I got it wrong, I fucking failed the whole year of fucking English because I got a question wrong.
Well, I remember my senior year, I had English 11 and 12.
Yeah.
You were taking two English classes.
Last year, dude. Because you had to get points for both your 11 and then you had to get points for your 12.
Yeah, you guys came up that way?
Yeah.
Dude, my senior year, I was probably out and about more than like in class. I ditched a lot. Remember?
Yeah, it's true.
No, I wouldn't, bitch. I would just like once in a while.
We would go to a different class. Either that or I was with Martinez in the library.
Oh yeah, she was chill.
Yeah, she was chill. But she did have her favorites. Like some people should tell you.
I always wanted to pay her back. Senior year, one of my AR points, dude. I wasn't gonna pass. Like honestly, I wasn't gonna pass. They did tell me to go to Pinnacles, but I think the counselor just hated me. But that's a different story. But yeah, Lopez. She was a bit. She hated me, dude. She told me to go to Pinnacles, and then I went to Martinez and told her, and she's like, no, that's not right. Like, you have good grades. I don't know why she's telling you to go to Pinnacles. But anyways, towards the end of the last 2 weeks of the quarter or whatever, I was not gonna reach my AR points, dude. Like literally, I wasn't gonna read them. But there was this book. It was worth like 30 points, 40 points, and Chueco had the fucking answers to it. I checked it out. I checked out that book to make it look legit. And then I remember you could go to Ms. Martinez and you could take a test with her. So I went with her to take the test on that fucking book. And dude, she fucking knew I had the answers, dude. She knew.
She knew it. Yeah, no. She would know. Like, I swear, she had like a list. Because I remember me doing that one day. And then like, she gave me a look like, really, Elliot? Like, you're better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're better than that. No, she knew, dude. She knew. But like I said, she had her favorites, and I'm pretty sure with Aldo, like no matter like, oh look, fucking this dude has it.
No joke, dude. She knew, and then she also knew that I was having trouble with the counselor, that because she wanted me to go to Pinnacles, and she knew, dude. She told me, and she didn't say shit. She let me pass, dude. She didn't tell me anything. She just gave me that look like.
Oh, because you like checked it out that went to go take it the next week.
The AR test asks you like certain questions, you know, and then like she was asking me other questions, and I was like, I don't remember. I was a fucking shy ass little kid, dude. She knew, and she didn't say shit, dude, because she knew I was fucking struggling. I remember I went into Ms. Radcliffe's class during lunch once when I was struggling, and I told her, like, I'm fucking struggling, like I need help, you know, like what can I do? Can I do extra credit? Like, what do you recommend? You know what she told me? I hate you. I don't like you. She told me, dude. She told me the only reason you're passing your other classes is because your other teachers feel sorry for you. She told me that to my face, dude. She told me that to my face. She told me that, like me, I was shy in high school. You guys know I was shy in high school. to have the guts to go into a teacher's classroom during lunch and tell her that I was struggling and ask for help, and for her to tell me that she doesn't like me and that teachers are passing me because they feel sorry for me. Like, why would you say that to my face? And Mr. Ramirez, you remember Mr. Ramirez? Mr. Ramirez told me that in the teacher break room, no, Miss Radcliffe was talking shit about me in the break room. And Mr. Ramirez told me that she stood up for me. And fucking Mr. Ramirez told me that she stood up for me and that she told her off. Like, why would you say this to a student? Like, you're a teacher, you're an educator. You're supposed to be empowering these students to move forward and for a higher education. And you're over here talking shit about them. You don't do that. Like, she told me, she backed me up, dude. And I believe her. Fuck Miss Radcliffe, dude. To this day, like, if she ever wants this dick, I'll fucking fuck her so hard and fucking bounce on her, dude. Fuck this bitch.
I was gonna say, there's two comments I got. Mrs. Lopez, if you're out there, that you are a cunt, and Aldo is right. Ms. Lopez is the worst fucking cunt. Yo, Ms. Lopez is the worst.
This dude graduated from fucking Sac State, so there you go.
Dude, Miss Lopez, I remember, because you know you meet with your counselor before you get your classes. She asked me, do you want to go to college after your senior year? And I said, yes, I do. And she's like, okay, let me give you the classes. That way you have at least, you know, science and you have your math. I was like, okay, cool. Well, fucking once you started applying to schools, all those people that are helping you applying, they're like, oh, you don't have the right classes. You don't have any of the classes to go to college. Like, that fucking bitch didn't fucking give it to me, dude. So she was a bitch, dude. She was a bitch. Fuck that lady.
The thing with Miss Lopez, dude, is it affected our whole family generation. My dad had her as a teacher, and ever since then, my dad said, nah, screw that chick. That chick has always had it out. It went from my dad to my brother to me to my younger brother, even down to my sister. Every single one of us had to deal with Miss Lopez, and we've all said nothing but bad things to her about her.
That's when you know, like,
yeah, she had it in for the
it's no good.
For everybody.
For everybody,
dude.
Favorites. Second comment, Miss Radcliffe. Yeah, fuck you too. I didn't like her. Yeah, she didn't like me though. She didn't like me. Were you there in Miss Radcliffe's class? Yeah, but did you ever tell me anything where you saw it? Because Eric did see it. Yeah.
Yeah, Ratty liked me. I don't know, like, why. I don't know, like, that's not right though. What she told me.
Yeah.
But yeah, she
like it, dude. Like, I swear, dude. If I ever, off the record, you don't fucking say that, dude.
Yeah, she was weird. I wish I could tell her something right now.
She had a son that went to Greenfield High School, and Rafa told me that they would call him Trench Coat because he would wear a trench coat every day at school.
That's crazy.
Kids were weirdos.
White people. No, but Ramirez was cool too.
Ramirez is cool. I fucking hated her at first. To be honest, I hated her. Like, I hated her guts. But she ended up being like the saver, dude. Larson was my boy, dude. Shane Larson. Shane Larson.
Yeah, Shane Larson.
Shout out to Shane, dude.
Shout out to Shane. Yeah. Aldo. Fucking Larson loved Aldo. And who else? Who else was a good teacher there? Mr. Burke was cool. Mr. Burke was just there on the side.
He was like the chill guy that, like, every year he should be the mayor. They fix it to where Burke doesn't win it, but I'm pretty sure he won like maybe 3 years of fucking mayor. But
like, it's fixed. It's politics, dude. Especially like in a little town. Of course, it's gonna be fixed. It's fucking rigged.
I wouldn't mind running for mayor and stick it to all the and
Miss Lopez
and Lopez.
Like, build like a brand new park and run in front of their house.
Yeah, build a brand new park, Chavez Park in front of every one of their homes. Hey, Larson, dude.
No comment on Larson. I never had him.
Oh, Larson.
Wait. Did he do woodworking? No.
He did math, and then he started
did it for a while.
He did woodworking? Maybe I did have him.
Yeah, and he started doing computers at the end too. Because I had him for computers my senior year. Because you know how they teach you how to type? First period, I used to get over before school. Yeah. Anyways, I showed up to Larson's class a couple times, and I used to rollerblade back in the day, and he would call me red-eyed rollerblader. Red-eyed rollerblader. He was like, he's like, hey Chavez, you forgot the Visine. Shane Larson.
He was a good dude. He's a
Red-eyed rollerblader. That's it. Because that's how he talked. That's how he talked.
He talked like that. With his hair slicked back, and he had the little hoop earrings. He had the hoop earrings.
Oh yeah, he did. He
White
was that
dude,
teacher. Yeah.
Like he's the type of white boy that was like from Santa Cruz, born and raised in Santa Cruz. And he's super chill, you know. Like you're there to work, it's cool, and you know if you're done with work, then you could shoot the shit after you're done with work. But he was cool. McNally, did anyone have McNally?
He sounds so.
He was a math teacher. Yeah,
He had the Star Wars posters sometimes on. Or not the
big old nerd.
But the cutouts. The cutouts.
Yeah, I only had him for 1 year though.
Hey, he was calm though, huh? Even though like he was always like calm.
People would like always take advantage of him too.
And he always kept his calm. Like he always kept his cool. Like now that I think about it, like he was kind of serial killer-ish.
Yeah, he really was.
Tall, white guy,
tall,
glasses, super smart.
Like you could yell in his face and he'll be like, "Okay," like
I'll kill you later.
I'll kill you later. Like he was always chill.
Oh god, I remember him, but it wasn't. He was an alright teacher, but A math, what's it called? Accelerated math.
Accelerated math.
That was a bitch.
Like that shit was a cousin of AR.
Yeah. Dude, Truckle would take cash to fucking. He'll do your accelerated math test, dude. You would pay him, and he would take your math test for you. He'll take it home and he'll write that shit, and then he'll bring it back to you.
I swear, like Treco was the cartel in the high school with shit like that. He was.
He's like.
He really was.
He was that guy. Like, say you watch the Disney Channel now, and you see like those like high school shows, and there's kids that scam people. Like Chueco was that fucking guy in like the Disney Channel. He was that guy, dude.
You know what Money Mike told me? He said we were all running a mile, and he went back to the lockers, and Chueco was there. He's like, "Hey man, you need an iPad or an iPod?" And he had like a bunch. He jacked a bunch of kids.
He did, dude.
He jacked a bunch of kids, and he had a bunch of iPads in his backpack. iPods.
And iPods were big, and they were expensive, and like people would take them to school. Oh man, like I would fear that shit. You know, luckily, I never got anything jacked. But yeah, man, like that shit was active, and like they would even say, "Do not bring valuables because we're not responsible." I don't know how they would get into the lockers.
Nah, I never had like stuff like that. Nah.
Did you have a cell phone in high school? Because we were coming up when the cell phones were a new thing.
After winter break senior year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, after that was when I got a phone. But even then, I didn't have texting. It was just calls. Yeah, flip phone. It was just calls.
Calls, no text.
No text. Yeah.
No, you have to realize, like, we were the people that didn't get a cell phone until like we graduated. Like, I mean, I think I got mine. I want to say junior year, but there was like a prepaid, and then I finally got on my parents' plan senior year, I think.
Yeah, I think we were all trying.
I think Christmas senior.
Yeah, since we were being seniors, and then my texting was you had to hit the 3 button.
Yeah.
Paul D. Grennan.
Mr. Grennan. Let's talk about that controversy. I never had him as a teacher. I missed out on that.
It's funny because how the classroom was set up, like the desk was by the door, and there was 2 classrooms, front and back, and there was a door that would separate it. Yeah. And he would open that door, so when you're walking outside, it would block his desk, his computer, and whatever he was doing. But yeah, I remember like he would just tell us, read this, read that, and he would jump on that computer and have a grin on his face, like
I saw him video
start chit chatting.
Because I sat to where I could see his computer like this. Like if I'm looking at yours, that's how I could see his. And like he was video chatting like a girl, and like the girl would, I clearly remember this. The girl would get up and turn around so that he could get a look at like at her body and shit. Like I saw it multiple times. Like I would see him like video chatting.
He was good with that catfish. It was good.
Catfish game.
100.
Yeah. 100. Fire. Yeah. And I remember like after like the news, like the news put out the like the paper or whatever. I guess he told all these female ladies that he was like a student from Palma High School. Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
But how did he end up getting caught? Like some ratted him out or what?
You know how people like I think after like that got big, there was cops or like undercover people that like would log on to those websites, and they would like just see who was on it.
That's how he got caught.
Either that, or like, or the IT guy from the high school like brought up a bunch of like, you know, different things like all of these domains are here or whatever, and he just like, oh, look at this girl.
Probably.
The teachers are funny as shit, dude. Fucking teachers were weird. No, what was the art teachers? What was the art teacher's name? No, art teacher. Art.
No.
The guy.
Oh, Sandusky.
Sandusky
was a big old derp.
Yeah, that guy was like a Chicago. Like I like that dude. He was from Chicago. He was born in Chicago, and like
he majored in art.
Yeah. Like I remember he would throw on his little Chicago Cubs hat, and he had this drowsy look on his face, you know. And he was so chill. Like he, like, oh yeah, looks good. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Like he was there just to get paid. He was just there to make a paycheck. Chill dude, and you know, pay me, and we're good.
He was an artist. He told us a story that he actually was like in New York. He was like selling things. I think he might have like reached a point in his life where he just needed money, and he took a teaching job, teaching art.
Probably
because he had that kind of look. Like none of these kids really inspire me. This is all C grade average. I'm like, yo, Mr. what's his name? Sandusky. Yeah, hey, Mr. Sandusky, is this like my paper mache mask good enough? And he'd be like, yeah, that's good. As you tried. Yeah, you get an A.
Another douche was a keyboard guy, Lopez. Remember or no? Garcia. There you go, Garcia. That guy.
I remember he kicked someone out because they sneezed. No joke.
Oh, he would make you stand up too. He would make you stand up for like 5-10 minutes because you were on another website. Like the only thing you could do was like check your email.
Yeah. Someone sneezed. No, someone sneezed first, and then he's like, "Stop!" And then, no one sneezes once, dude. Everyone sneezes twice in a row. Like no one sneezes. If you sneeze once, something's wrong with you. If you sneeze twice, then you're cool. You're normal. But that person sneezed twice, dude. That person was normal. First one, he said stop. Second one, get the fuck out of... He didn't say get the fuck, but he was like, get out of my classroom. Because he sneezed, dude. It was some jag. I don't fucking know who it was, but... Yeah, poor guy, dude. He's like, oh, no más estornudé.
I think I remember him, but he was teaching a lot of the younger kids too, right? He was like a newer... Because I think one time he sent my brother to like my class for English.
Oh, they would do that.
Yeah, they would send.
Would do that. They would send each of these kids to different classrooms. Oh, they would. Yeah, they would. That was back.
It was so awkward because it was my brother. It's like, what are you doing here, bro?
Yeah, it was, and it's funny. Like people were like, yeah, like, you know, go to the so-and-so class, take a book and go to someone else's class.
You ever got sent outside?
Nah, actually, I never did. No.
I got sent outside, but I got sent outside with a buddy.
And then Escutia, Aldo's homegirl. Remember Miss Escutia?
She's cool.
And then who was the health teacher our sophomore year? I forgot.
Oh yeah, she left though.
I loved her. Hogue Monserrati. Later, Miss Monserrati.
Yeah, Miss Hogue, because she was a single when we.
No, she married. And then and then it's funny, like if I ever activate my Facebook back, is because I could keep contact with her. Because I remember before deactivating my Facebook, like I had added her and like we were messaging. She's like, "Oh, how you been?" Like, you know, and yeah, she has a kid now. Like, I think she moved somewhere else, like down south or up north. And she's still with the same dude that she married. And he was a big, like, she was a Met. It was because it started because she was a Mets fan and I'm a Braves fan, and they're like rivals. And yeah, like, oh my god, like I was like the biggest crush on her sophomore year.
She was young. She was like 26 when we were there.
If yeah, she was a little older, dude. Yeah, like 30. Like if Instagram was in back then, she would have made my my WCW. Yeah.
Me too. If she were to ask me, Aldo run away with me, I'll say yeah. I would have said yeah.
At that age.
Let's go. When? Like tomorrow? All right, let's go. Let me just pack like my tidy whities and fucking.
Person was big too. Everyone loved her too. The floristry teacher. Yeah. But you know what? I never had her for a class. It was just one of those classes that when I would ditch, I would go in there, and she was cool with it. Cause like she did my cousin and
for floristry, and I had her for something else too. She was cool. She was chochiti.
I was doing TA for Miss Alvarado. She would send me like, "Hey, can you go take this paper over there?" You know, just like, cause she always thought I was bored. So I'd be like, all right, so I take the long way. And lo and behold, like 5 out of 5 times I run into this guy. I'm not even joking. I would say, hey, what's up, Elliot?
I was active in my senior. I'd walk around all the time. And luckily I'd never get caught. I'd always end up like in the PE class with La Güerita, what's her name? Robinson? No, wait. No, I think she left after. Yeah, she left after a while, but I was in PE. I was with Miss Martinez. I was with Miss Minton. Miss Minton was cool too. Sometimes I was in Randy's class. I was like, "Oh, can I read?" Well, she's gonna stay there and just stay quiet and read. Yeah, I was like, "Okay."
So did you have Miss Radcliffe then? Yeah, senior year, right?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Because then she would send us to the AR library, like a few people at a time, and then she'd be like, "All right, go." And then I would run into you though, and then you'd be like, "Yo, where you going?" And I'm like, "To the AR library." And you're like, "No, let's just like chill." And I was like, "All right, fine, let's chill."
Yeah. Guilty.
Yeah. Like, oh, like they were expecting you like 5 minutes ago. That's why they sent me now. And then you're like, let's just chill here. And I was like, all right, fuck it.
It got to the point where like everyone did that. So like they would require you to carry your fucking planner and sign by your teacher, remember?
Your planner. I remember that.
Yeah, signing out. Like logging you out, restroom, what time. I was like, damn.
I never used it. I was like, nah.
I had to crack that.
What kind of books do you read now that you're grown?
So what are you reading right now?
What books do you recommend for the listeners?
Rich Dad Poor Dad, but you don't like it.
No, I don't.
But you only heard of the first 7 minutes. The first 7 minutes, it's always the preface. Preface, whatever you want to call it.
Damn, Miss Radcliffe was right about you.
No one reads the preface.
Miss Radcliffe was right about you. Your teacher just felt sorry and passed you.
To the first chapter. Well, that's if you're into like business stuff, then read that book or listen to it for free on YouTube. Like at least like if you want to like have your own business or you want to invest or you want money to work for you and you don't want to work for money.
Cool. Elliot, what book would you recommend for listeners to read?
I don't know. I do enough reading.
All right, guys. For me, my one and only recommendation, and I will recommend this book, Diary of a Bad Year. You want a book to change your life? Look no further. This book is mind-blowing. Look it up. I Googled it one time, and it made like Times lists of like best books to read before you're like 30. Yeah. It's fucking dope. It's a fiction. I kind of don't want to give it to you, though. It's my only copy. And that should pretty much do it here, guys, for the Durp Show podcast. Aldo, do you want to give out your social media or explain why you're off social media now?
I am off social media because I have a girlfriend. So I'm not giving out my social media.
Good idea.
Elliot, what about you?
No, don't. I never do. I've been on the show a couple times. You know, don't follow me because No.
I'm gonna pull you back.
All right, shut up, guys.
Fab City.
That's gonna be cut out. Everybody, you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ezb14, and make sure you check out the website ezb14. See you later, guys.
Peace.
Bye.